what's up everybody? This is Ritz from Torched Woodworks. Got a little something we're going to be working on today. We got a festival coming up in November, so we are going to be doing a couple cutouts that little cheap things that I want to sell for about the $10, $15, maybe $20 mark. But I wanted to show you guys how to do it because it's very easy to do. And it's very quick on the CNC machine because we make it out of MDF. Now MDF, as you know, can't go outside. It's basically going to be an indoor plaque that you can make. You need to make sure you tell your customers, or if you're using it, that if you do MDF with these cutouts, that it has to stay inside. So what I do to make it very easy, if I can find it, where'd I put it? Right there. Is I take MDF right here. I go to Home Depot, and they have the 2 foot by 4 foot MDF lengths already cut out for, I think it's around 12 bucks. I have them use the panel saw, cut it in half, and then I bring two 4 foot by 12, 4 foot by 1 foot, yeah, 4 foot by 1 foot sections, and then I cut them in 12-inch lengths. So basically I got a 12 inch by 12 inch square. I seal it with sanding sealer, and then I let that dry. I do about 2 or 3 coats of sanding sealer, and then I spray paint it. I don't know if you can see, but sanding sealer, what it does, it gives you a nice and even paint job. It stops the MDF from soaking in the paint, so you get a very nice clean paint job on your MDF. Hopefully you can see it. And so what I do with this, I then make a design. We'll put it on the CNC machine. We'll do a couple different things. These are going to be Punisher skulls with some stuff carved in the top of the skull. So I'll show you how I designed it, and then we'll get started carving. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is want to get into Easel. Make sure you have, which on mine is going to be a 12 inch by 12 inch, and it's a 1/2 inch thickness. I currently have it set at 1/8, and we'll change that here in a minute. So we're going to do a Spartan helmet. So let's find the Spartan helmet. Pretty simple, just type in Spartan helmet outline. See if we can find one that's pretty decent. I like that, but I don't like the line in the middle of it. That's the style I like, usually. So let's see if I can find one that doesn't have the line down the middle. That's pretty bad. That's right there, I like that. What is that? That's pretty cool. Man. I'm gonna have to do that later. I've tried cutting this out. You guys see this right here? I've tried doing that. It does not look good. Alright, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna take this. It's a pretty big image. We'll save image. And what I'll do, Spartan. What I'll do is I'll open up paint. Let's see. Alright, let's open this up in paint. And what we'll do is we'll just take a paintbrush in black, and hopefully we can make it big enough to where it just fills it up. There we go. Get these parts so it's nice and, yep. Alright, now that I got those, what we'll do is zoom out a little bit. Not that much. There we go. Just so we could have it all in one thing right there. Wait, no, sorry. Box, we're going to have it filled, solid color. It's going to be black. And that'll take care of that. Alright, so we got that, so let's go ahead and save it. Let's go over to PNG to SVG.com. It was acting a little weird earlier, so let's see if it's back to normal. Yes, there we go, it's back to normal. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and open up the Spartan helmet. It should be down here, there. Take it down to 2 colors. boys are on Fortnite, so this may take a minute. Alright, we're back. Let's see, download that SVG. Alright, let's go back into Untitled. Close that. And we'll upload the SVG. Since we had 2 colors, we got 2 layers. We'll take out that layer. And we're going to cut on a shape path. Being a chubby man myself, I like doing chubby helmets. There we go. That should be good right there. Alright, so make sure that's cut all the way through. It's cut all the way through. And your tabs, I always suggest spacing them out. I like to put one on the eye, on each eye. And then one down here, and then let's do one more. It may reset them all, it does. Okay. Right there. Come on. There we go. Ah. There's that one. Got one right there. And one right there. Okay. So now that we got that set up, let's go ahead and create another one right here, because that's just going to be our cutout. Just so we know where everything's at, we're going to put it right here. Alright, so I have these saved on my Etsy store, so if you want them, I'm not going to show you how to do these, just because, I mean, it's the same process that we just found we did the other one, but we are going to do the 3%ers right here. Let's go ahead and highlight that, Control C. Like I said, these are all on the Etsy shop if you want to buy one. There's that, so we're going to put it right there. May have to zoom in right here just to see and make sure. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so that's that one. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. We need to make sure we change it over here to a 60-degree V-bit. So pretty simple. This will be our first cut. This will be our second cut. We're going to do a couple different ones. I'm also going to do a navy one. Let's find it. Same thing. You can find this as well on my my Etsy shop. It's Torch Woodworks. No, that's my other one. It's etsy.com/shop/torch-CNC files. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy that. Actually, let's go back 2 seconds. Control A, Control C, just so we can line it up and make sure we know where it's at. Alright, let's go back to this. Control C, Control V, and that looks pretty right there. So let's make it so it's even with that and down just a touch. Should we make it that big, you think? Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty nice. Alright, so we got that, and let's do one more. Control A, Control C, back to that, just so we can do placement. And we're going to do a fire department one. Control A, Control C. Click off of that. There we go. That looks pretty good. What is this cut at? 0.02, that's good. And let's go ahead and delete that. And we always got to make sure that this is changed, because these are going to be all our 60-degree carves. Same with this. It's going to be a 60-degree carve. Change it to that. Alright, so now that you have it designed, let me get into my downloads and just clear everything. Alright. So we're going to click on this. This will be the same for each one that I do, right? So I always will do this cut last, and we'll always do these cuts first. So let's go ahead and we're going to click on this. Is now this portion of it is going to be if you have a BOBS CNC and you're using Easel as your G-code generator, and you're using UGS as your controller and the program to run your G-codes. So you'll click Machine, Advanced, Generate G-code, Export G-code. It's a 7-minute cut, which is pretty good. Alright, that's downloaded, so let's go into our downloads. Alright, there it is right there. Rename it Spartan 1/8, just so I know what bit I have it saved under. Let's go to these, same process, Machine, Advanced, Generate G-code. Export G-code. And this one is 3 percenters and a 60 degree. Alright, I'll save the rest of these in a second. Let's go ahead and close this because I want to show you from the start. Alright, so on down here at the computer, we're going to go ahead and plug this in. There we go. Alright, got that plugged in. Now let's open up UGS. I have the power plugged into my power strip over there for the router and the motors. So you try to move it. It's locked, it's not moving. Let's let this thing load for a second. Alright, if you've never opened up UGS or know how to use it, I'll just show you how to connect real quick. You'll hit this button right up here. That'll connect it. You should get an alarm down here. All you need to do is hit Home Machine, and your machine should home. Alright. Right now, it should say idle down here. You see where it says idle? That means you're ready to carve. So let's go ahead and open up our first cut, which is going to be the 3% or 60 degree. So we got that loaded up. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the board on the table. I'll show you how I do that, and then I'll show you how to zero it in, and then we'll get started. Alright, we got everything on. Remember, when you're doing a cutout, to put something underneath your board so you're not cutting into your spoil board. If you have a spoil board that's on top that's meant to cut into, then by all means cut into it. Alright, so this is the bottom. That's the top, left, right. So we're gonna zero into that bottom corner right there. I have the X and Y set to 0.5 step size, and same with the Z until I get it close. Alright, and then I'm going to drop it down. Oops, wrong way. Alright, that looks pretty close. That looks good. That needs to go up on the Y. That looks good right there. Alright, we're going to hit reset 0. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is set the Z depth. I got the file that we're going to be doing, and I want to set the Z depth around where we're going to be doing some stars at. So let's raise this up a little bit too. Right there is about where the stars are going to be. I do the paper method. Right here we're going to lower it down. Try to do it where you can see it. Going to lower it down. Alright, so see right there I can move it still. I'm going to lower it one more and it won't be able to move. Alright, so it grabbed that paper, so I know that's my Z depth. So I'm going to raise it up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks. And then I'm going to zero out just the Z. So on the controller state, you go to where it just says Z, 0, and you click that. And then all you got to do is click, we're trying to 0. lower it however many you raised it. So in my instance, I raised it 5. So we'll go ahead and lower it 5. Hit reset 0, and we're ready to carve. Alright, so now that we got that cut, we got to switch to the 1/8 bit. So what I do is raise it a bunch. Even though the 1/8 bit is not as long as the 60-degree bit, I just like to do this. Then I'll hit reset 0 after I raised it. Let's hit home machine. So what I got is, hopefully you can see that, is these 1/8 adapters. So it holds the 1/8 bit and it goes into the 1/4 inch collet in the Dewalt 611. But what you got to do is just make sure you get that bit far enough up in here, or else it'll pull it out. So got it up there. So now we're going to go ahead and take out the 60. Put this one in there. Should we get that nice and in there? All right, tighten that up. Now this one, you're gonna make sure, you gotta make sure it is extra tight, so it holds that 1/8 bit. Oops. There we go. Now let's home it again. Return to 0. Alright, let's lower it down. Now we got to set the Z depth again for this one. Just gonna kind of go out in a random spot. Go out over here. Alright, same difference, or same thing. Gonna lower this down. Till it catches. Almost right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Then we're gonna hit Z0 over here on the controller state. Return to 0. Then we're gonna lower it 5 times. Alright, now we're ready to carve. Alright, so it is all cut out. Let's go ahead and home it. I don't know what's going on with UGS. It's like after every cut, it is delayed and I have to exit it. I'm gonna have to clear the cache. Alright, let's get this thing out. Yeah, I hit it twice to home. Alright. See if we can get this thing out. Ooh, it's gonna be tight. I don't think it went far enough down, but let's see if we can get it out. Alright, so we have it cleaned up. Now all I'm gonna do is take a sanding sponge. I'm going to go along the edges, and then I'm going to hit it with the torch, and the torch will clean it up. The final little spot of cleanup, and this will be done, and then we'll see what it looks like afterward and see what you guys think. Alright guys, so after we got everything carved, what I ended up doing, I told you I was going to torch it. I did a little stop motion of that. I torched everything. But what I ended up doing after I torched it is I took my palm sander with 320 grit sandpaper, and I sanded over the top of it because it was a little bit rough in some spots. And I knew it was going to kind of take the paint off, so what I was going to go for was kind of a distressed look. See if I can get it to look a little distressed, just see how it looked. And I like how it turned out. I've ended up putting on about 4 coats of the spray on. Shoot, I don't know what it's clear gloss spray paint basically. Anyway, so that's how it looked. I don't know if you can catch the gloss on it. You can get a very high gloss with that rattle can. Basically, it's water-based poly in a can. It's like $4 a can. But anyway, so that's what it ended up looking like. Nice and distressed. Hopefully you can see it. And I love the way it turned out. It's nice and smooth. It's got that finish on it to make it nice and shiny. Still needs a little bit more time to cure, but it's a way to make MDF look a little less boring, I guess. Give it a little bit of character. And something you can sell at festivals for, I don't know, 15 bucks, 20 bucks. And it doesn't take that much time at all. It's 2 cuts, really fast cuts because it's MDF, and then sand it, torch it, and then finish, and then you're done. And it's a really nice piece. With this kind of gloss finish, you may be able to get 20 out of it. Just depends on your festival. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys watching. This file will be available on our Etsy store. It's etsy.com/shop/torched CNC files. I'll have a link in the description. But this, along with a lot of our other Spartan helmets, I'll throw some files up. There's gonna be a lot more files coming out in the next week or so. But anyway, here it is, guys. Hope you guys like it.